Hey, hey, fam! It's your girl, Christy Akins, and you have tuned into another episode of Southern Chats. Welcome back. I am so glad to have you all join me again on yet another video. Today's topic is going to be very awesome. Today, I'm going to be focusing on my singles and the people that are dating in relationships because it's not too late while you're dating. It's never really too late. You can always make a U-turn and change some things that you may not have done in the past and try to regroup and restructure your relationship. So if you are single, dating, whatever status you are, married, this message is for you. But it strictly pertains to my singles, okay? So today's topic, what we're going to be talking about is 3 F's you need to give when dating. Hello? You know how folks be like, girl, I don't give up. But you know what? It's 3 F's you need to give when you're dating. So we're going to dive into that really briefly and talk about the 3 F's that I want you all to pay attention to when dating and making sure that you all are on the same page or striving towards this same goal with these 3 F's. So the first F that you are going to be paying attention to is their faith. Their faith. That's number 1 F that you need to pay attention to. Their faith. Do you all believe in the same things? You know, is your faith base aligned and going in the same area? You know, if you are Catholic or Christian or whatever your belief is, and you are with somebody that's an atheist and doesn't believe at all, then how can you all be equally yoked? How can you all push forward and push the same agenda and same purpose, kind of guiding towards you all to the same goal? How can you all push that if your faith is unwavering? Your faith is on 2 different levels. So you have to have these conversations to see where this person's faith is. If you meet someone and you are Christian and you meet someone who has a Muslim background and that's what they believe in, you have to make a decision with the 2 faiths that we have, your faith and my faith, your belief, my belief. How could we merge this together? How could we still love one another, be in the same space with one another, and still not feel like we're separated or we're divided? There are some relationships where they do believe in 2 separate things, where it's like the husband is Muslim and the wife is Christian or whatever. In some particular relationships, they have sat down and communicated how they want their relationship to flow with their belief. And some of them are open. Some of them are open to the point to where it's like, my husband is Muslim, I'm Christian, but we still worship in our same way. You know, the wife may say, I still go to church every Sunday and every Wednesday, and my husband, he respects that. And I respect his belief in what he's doing in his Muslim community. You see what I'm saying? But it's when you don't have the conversation to talk about it, and then you get into a relationship and you don't even know how this is going to function, how this is going to look. And so then you get into this relationship and you're married to a Muslim and you're a Christian, and then you're going to church every Sunday, and then they're not wanting to go, and then you're feeling a certain type of way. Well, it was all out on the table at first. That's the F you need to give, is about the faith. And if it's something where their faith is too extreme for your faith, and you're like, I don't see how this is gonna work, be upfront. Be upfront. Be willing to say, I like you as a person, I can be friends with you, but in a relationship, this won't mesh. This won't work. And it's okay. But you have to ask those questions and you have to be upfront and honest about it. So number one is faith. Number two, the second F you need to give is family. And this family can be broken down in two different ways, or really can be broken down in several ways. But number one is what is their viewpoint on how they want their family structure to look like if you all were to become husband and wife? What does family look like to you? And be honest. You be honest with how you feel like family looks like to you, and your partner needs to be honest with you with how it looks like, because that's important. It's important, especially when it comes to these blended family. It's definitely important that you all are on the same page how family looks. What are we going to be doing as a family? What are we going to be incorporating? What traditions do you want to bring to the table as a family? What traditions do I want to bring to the table as a family? Can we gel this together? Family. On the other side of family, what does your family history look like? What have you dealt with? What is your family dynamic like? Do you have a relationship with your mom, with your dad? You know, was your dad ever in your life? Everything. You need to know these things to understand what you're dealing with. Understand how you need to proceed in your relationship. When you understand a person's family dynamic, sometimes you're able to see if this person is even ready to date. Sometimes a lot of people have so much family hurt and past history in their family that they are still broken. Certain things have happened to them as a young child, and they have not let those things go as it pertains to family. So when you're dealing with them, you're still dealing with this 5 or 6 year old little girl or little boy who was hurt, and they never have healed from that. So family is important when you understand the dynamics of family, so you can understand if this person is truly and really ready to even date, if they're even in the right space. Because we miss the mark on that so many times, where people are really not ready and you don't ask these questions, and then you get into these relationships and then you understand and see, like, I don't know this person. I feel like I'm laying in the bed with the devil. Why do you feel that way? Because you didn't take the time to properly ask the right questions and understand these 3 F's. So 2 is family. Understand that, break that down. The last F you need to give, the third F, is financial stability. Now, when I say financial stability, I'm not saying you need to come to the date or you need to be asking the folks, bring your latest bank statement to the date. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying you need to be counting nobody coins. You don't have to know the bottom number, but you need to understand if this person financially stable. It's just, do you have a roof over your head? Are you able to provide for yourself? Or do you always need somebody to help provide for you? Do you have your own means of transportation? Are you working? Are you putting into your 401k if you have a job? How are you with saving money? Do you know how to save? And I'm not saying all these things have to be in tip-top shape. Like, you know, you got a job, you the CEO of the company, you drive a car, you got to have a Maserati. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not talking about any of that. Just the basics. And if you don't, you know, even if you don't have your savings not at $10,000 or $5,000, are you at least putting a little bit back? Whatever you're doing, but are you conscious enough to understand the true value of these things when it comes to finances? Because finances is a big chunk of reasons why marriages dissolve, because couples are on 2 different pages when it comes to finances. You have one person who is a saver, one person who is financially stable, values the dollar, and is very self-conscious on how they spend. And then you have another person in the marriage who just they in a strip club. They spend the money when it hit the bank is spent. And so it causes friction and it causes the relationship to disintegrate because you are on two different pages. So it's that third F. It's imperative that you talk about, the financial stability that this person's mindset is on. How are you financially? And if you're not where you need to be, are you working towards it? And can you actively see this person working towards it? When you see their day-to-day moves, do you see them moving in a way of being conscious about their financial spending or what they're saving or how they're moving? You can see these things, but those 3 F's you need to give. So if you are single, you're dating, make sure that you bring up those 3 F's. Make sure that you talk about those 3 F's before moving forward into anything serious. If you are in something serious as far as like an engagement or you're married and maybe you haven't had these conversations, it's okay. Have it today. Have it tomorrow. Have it next week. Have that conversation just so that you can understand what page you and your husband are on or you and your fiance are on, so that you all can move and guide yourself in the right direction so that your relationship is soaring up. You're going up together, and when you hit that bump in the road, you're able to both go over that bump in the road, hit it, and move forward and go smooth sailing. This is my time. I just wanted to come and bring you all this quick message and let you all know the 3 F's that you need to give when you're dating and single. I hope that this video has helped somebody. Please feel free to tag, like, share. Don't forget to follow the page, Capture This LLC, or go to the website. Check the website out. There's merchandise on the website, Be Positive Tees. I love you all. I thank you for taking the time to listen. Until the next video, be happy, be positive, be you. Peace.